returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
On first down, gone. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, 5.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody come. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And down he goes under pressure from the Rams defense. Dante Fowler in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Gotta go. Lock in.
And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal.
18. Hey, gotta go.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he's able to put it through. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Say 5.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Goff on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Looking for Woods that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in. 18. Hey, gotta go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cohen. And now the spin. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 41 yards.
Gotta go.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Lock in.
Now Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 50, it's gone. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for gone. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had 2 excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had 2 huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone talking about the no call.
Yeah, and we should be talking about Legatron, a 48-yarder to get them to overtime. The 57-yarder to win it in overtime. He should be the guy who should be exalted right now, but you're exactly right. Nikel Roby-Coleman's hit on Tommy Lee Lewis in regulation, when I saw it live, thought it was a bang-bang play. Turned out, it was definitely a missed call. Plus, they missed helmet-to-helmet contact on it as well. So if you're a Saints fan, you are very unexcited about the Rams advancing to the Super Bowl, but I still don't want pass interference to become a reviewable call. The game flow is paramount to me. Let's not slow it down any more than it already is.
Yeah, it could be a slippery slope, then you start doing it with everything.
Oh, next thing you know, we'll be reviewing holding. And by the way, you can probably call holding just about every play in the NFL.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Now Trubisky on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Gotta go.
Trubisky will throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Gotta go.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And my goodness, this is incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win it 32-30. The MVP, the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin. They both get 2 interceptions apiece, and instead of splitting the trophy, they wrestle for it right there in the 50-yard line post-game, because you know sibling rivalries, one always wants the upper hand.
Okay, that's bold. I'll go Rams on a Greg Zuerlein 44-yarder from the right hash as time expires.
44, that's nothing for him.
MVP Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing.
I like it. You don't like the McCourty thing, though.
No, I do like that. If that happens, you're Nostradamus.
There you go.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun. Gone. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but, you know, the Patriots...
Nobody believes in them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation? He said no comment because they were. They know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that great for this long,
you need something. You've
got to find something different. And Tom Brady, I've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their first playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers. They took that as, well, no one believes in us. Everyone thinks we're not as good. They were just wrong about that part, as we were wrong about the Chargers beating them.
On third down, Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. This is intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Goff. A deep ball for Gurley. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
That one goes for 24 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Goff throwing again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go. Lock in, lock in. Lock in.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go. Lock in, lock in.
They go play action here on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Bears are in for 6. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Set to resume. Here we go with the 2nd half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. John Johnson with the INT. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right. Come on out. Hey, 5. Cross it on. 20. Shell.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, LA! Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zerline now for the PAT. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears have broken the tie. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. To throw is gone. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th, youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play. But to me, it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Will that game experience come into play at all? But I do like this about Sean McVay. Raised in the game, raised up through the NFL system, no matter how young he might be. Remember, his grandfather was a head coach and a GM in the league. He gets it. He understands. I highly expect the moment to be just fine for him and not too big.
Hey, gotta go.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Anthony Miller from 19 yards away. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. Parkey adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Goff. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danny Trevathan able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Throwing on third. Goff. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a second down.
Two. Hey, 5.
From the gun, here's Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he shifts past him. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Back to throw, Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs.
You see it? You see it? Lock in, lock in.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Cohen. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 96 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead. So from back deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone, do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Goff on 1st down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Danny Trevathan in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Goff. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Hey, 18. Hey, gotta go.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No,
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. Open space inside the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Gotta go. Hey, 18. Move.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On 1st and 10, Goff. And his throw is incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On 2nd and 10, Goff. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a first down throw. Goff. And now here is another interception. Deion Bush with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Being chased out left. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Matt Longacre. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, gotta go.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Right, 80. Lock in. 18. Hey, gotta go. Second down, defense, let's go. Hey, gotta go. Hey, gotta go. Lock in.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Looking deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Gotta go. Lock in, lock in. Hey, 18.
On third down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.